You loved the worst rated German foods, so I'm back to react to more worst rated German foods. Hope you enjoy. If you haven't watched our previous episode, it's linked up below. So let's get into it. So number 11, Schlachteplatte. So that looks pretty good. How could somebody worst rate this? It's just, unless you've asked like vegetarians, Um, and I wouldn't necessarily call this a recipe. I'd call this like meat on a plate, right? What have they got here? So the picture shows us, I think, some schnitzel, some mushrooms, some mystery sausage. Okay, maybe I'll be dubious there as well, and some turkey and some very German olives and sun-dried tomatoes. Yum. I mean, I would eat this. I'd be happy about this. What is the problem with the Schlachteplatte? Okay, so they suggest uh, something called wet cured, nothing else, just wet cured. Uh, Bacon, Bratwurst, Blutwurst, Leberwurst, Knackwurst, um, Wiener Würstchen, Viennese sausages. So for everyone who's not German, they are very, very similar to Frankfurters, but they're not Frankfurters. Um, but delicious. And parsley. Okay, I mean, that's a little bit meh, but this is not really what I would call a Schlachteplatte. Well, I would go for a traditional Schlachteplatte. This one is a bit sad. Okay, badische Zwiebelsuppe. So this looks like a French onion soup, but without the big crouton on top of it. So let's have a look at this. Ooh, and they've updated. It tells us where it comes from. So the Schlachteplatte was from Bavaria, and the badische Zwiebelsuppe is supposedly from Baden-Württemberg, which is, how do we explain Baden-Württemberg to people who've no experience of Germany? It's like Bavaria, very moneyed, very traditional, a dialect that will keep you busy, and lovely, beautiful nature, and lots of traditional German companies. Okay, badische Zwiebelsuppe. Onion cream, eggs, butter, wheat flour, chives, chicken stock, white wine. 2.9 stars. Come on, Americans. It's onions and caramelized onions. I think it'll be pretty tasty. But maybe I would say that, and I'm not even from Baden-Württemberg. Then we've got Herrencreme. So I've heard about this. I don't actually know what that is. And they just say it's from Germany. Herrencreme. What exactly is Herrencreme? It's cream with lots of alcohol and chocolate. So it's got vanilla, whipped cream, dark chocolate, rum, whiskey, cognac, milk, and sugar. It sounds like a party. I would absolutely 100%. Who rated this 2.9 stars? This sounds amazing. Okay. Now, okay, let's look at something that does look a little bit unappetizing. It's called it's from Nuremberg, Germany. It comes with 3 stars, and it's called saure Zipfel, sour cones. And in case you're wondering, yes, it doesn't only sound a bit phallic, it also looks a bit phallic. So we've got sausages, Nürnberger sausages, onions, carrots, juniper, bay leaves. Okay, sounds all very good, but it looks as if rather than making bratwurst with a side dish of sauerkraut, you just sort of boil the bratwurst in the sauerkraut. I officially disown this dish on behalf of Germany. We're not doing that. Okay, Blunzenkröstel. Now, I don't know what that is. I think it sounds a bit Austrian. But it says Bavaria here, so who am I to argue? So Blunzen, to my understanding, is what we would call Blutwurst or blood sausage. So that's like a hash brown with blood sausage. I mean, unusual, not super appetizing. I think I would personally eat this. I wouldn't serve this to a fussy 3-year-old or an American. For those for this demographic, I strongly recommend chicken nuggets. What else have we got? Dinette. I don't know this. Dinette. Let's have a look. It looks like a Flammkuchen. Dennedle Dinette. From Baden-Württemberg, this pizza-like dish is topped with sour cream, salt, pepper, eggs, onion, ham. Delicious! Looks like a Flammkuchen, which I think is more closely associated with the Saarland, but Southern Germans correct me. I don't know. We've still not come close to any sort of Northeast German dishes. This is more like Bavarian, but honestly, this looks great. I would have this. I would offer this to people, and I'd say, look at Germany. We may not have pizza, but we have Dinette. Dinette, possibly. Okay. Oh, this is something I feel very strongly about. Pumpernickel. It's a black rye bread. It looks like a brick, and I think you could probably knock somebody out with it. But Pumpernickel. It's from North Rhine-Westphalia, so sort of Cologne, Düsseldorf kind of area. And it comes with rye bread, wheat flour, rye, sourdough, butter, and cocoa. Cocoa? Okay. Pumpernickel. According to this website, and I can sort of confirm this, would be like the devil's fart. So, so male name given Nickel, a form of the name Nicholas, which was commonly associated with the devil in New High German. Und Pumper, the fart, so devil's fart. There we go. Not very nice name, and it is a very nice bread. If you have it with a little bit, I mean, it's not like for jam, and if you're only used to British or American toastbrot, it may come as a little bit of a shock to the system, but very nice with some mustard or like some Quark, German curd cheese, a bit of tomato, salt and pepper. Very good. Recommended. And very good for your digestion. Let's do a couple more. Oh, no, this is one that I've grown up with. So here we go. Senfei. Mustard egg, and it's a hard-boiled egg and mustard sauce. Normally served with a side dish of potatoes or mashed potatoes. And it's nice. It's very nice. I think it's like a struggle meal. If you've got 2 weeks of month left, but only like €3 in the bank, you make eggs and mustard because it costs like probably less than €2 or so to put together, and it's tasty. I could eat eggs and mustard sauce. Approved, and again 3.1 stars. No, it deserves a little bit better. It's not the most exciting meal, but it's cheap, it's delicious, it's got protein, and if you don't have a lot of money, and even if you do have a lot of money, it will fill you up. Okay, what else have we got? I don't know, Frankfurt pudding. Let's scroll past this. Oh, here is one. Okay, now the recording stopped. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so here is one. We've got Saumagen. Now, for our German learners, Magen, as you remember, is the stomach. Sau is the female pig. Now, this is something I've never had, and I've always felt a little bit. I think it's also sour, but let's have a look at how it's put together. So, pork, potatoes, eggs, carrot, onion, marjoram, nutmeg, white pepper. Actually, pretty tasty. Fun fact, this dish was apparently the favorite meal of the former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. And, you know, how could I argue with Helmut Kohl? So, ooh, what makes this dish even better is a glass of dry white wine and a cold beer, or a cold beer on the side. Honestly, after reading this, I'd be up for giving it a go. But again, 3.2 stars. I think this dish's problem is not the ingredients or the way it's cooked, it's pure marketing. Saumagen is it just doesn't sound appetizing. And it doesn't look appetizing. But if you can get past this, I think you may be in for a special treat. I've never had Saumagen. So what do I know? Okay, and let's go for one more. Zwetschgenkuchen. Oh, no! I take offense at that. So Zwetschgen, plums. So I would call them Pflaumenkuchen. I think in southern Germany and Bavaria, we call this fruit Zwetschge, and it's like it's what it sounds like. It's like a sponge base, or maybe sometimes like a pastry. Lots of plums, a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. I want to debate the people who have worst rated this. Absolutely not acceptable. 3.3 stars. You don't know what you're talking about, Americans. Fight me. All right, that's all the worst rated German foods we have time for. What's the worst food crime from where you're from? And if you like this video, please leave us a like and subscribe and leave us a comment.